I'm sorry, preacher after preacher's goal is just to get you saved, and they say we got 10 saved. That's what happens a lot. That's not the goal. The goal is not to get you to heaven someday. The goal is to get heaven back into you so you live your life with purpose and productivity so that you carry a legacy into heaven, and there's things that'll stand because it brings glory to the King. That's why He came. He just didn't come to fill your vats and barns and make sure you're protected and make sure nothing bad ever happens. That has nothing to do with why He came. Did you hear me? I'm being loud. That has nothing to do with why He came. Of course, that's part of who He is. He is a provider. He is a protector. But there's sometimes things happen. There's sometimes storms are blowing. There's sometimes you're in the middle of stuff and you don't even see God, but you love God, 1 Peter 1. And you believe Him and you rejoice with joy inexpressible. Yeah? Because you made a decision that this thing is never again about me. It's about His great name. Let me challenge you this morning, friend. Let's not hide behind words and language and Scripture. It's never again about me. It's about His great name. So if it's about His great name, why are we retaliating? Why are we snapping back? Why are we hurt? Why are we angry? Why are we offended? That sounds like it's about me. Why do we leave service and entertain animosity in our own home? Why do we sincerely fight over where we're going to eat instead of being thankful there's food on every corner? Come on, I know that sounds a little nitpicky and edgy, but I'm just being real. I'm like, come on. How can we sing holy, holy, holy and then not be convicted by animosity in our car? It's not normal. And the biggest lie is we've been tricked into thinking it's normal. And everybody's doing it. Jesus isn't. And I'm following Him. And you can say I'm lying. You can say I'm deceived. I'm extreme. I'm hypo-spiritual. One day we're going to stand before Him, and I don't want you to go, oops. As He is, so are we in this world. How much more evidence do I need? I don't even need to find another scripture, buddy. I know how the mouths of two or more every word, but that's enough for me. This is how we know love has been perfected. Because we judge something, we see something, we realize something. We're going to have boldness in the day of judgment. This is how we know love is perfected. In the day of judgment, we're going to have boldness. Because we judge and see something and realize that as He is, so are we right now. Don't you let anybody tell you you can't live that way. Because the Scripture says you can. Don't you let a preacher preach out of his own weakness and closet and experience. Don't you buy into that and have somebody say, oh yeah, I got angry this week. How many of you got angry this week? And if you were uncomfortable, no, I'll be honest, how many of you got angry? Well, we haven't ought to call for all the liars and the people that didn't raise their hand. That's in churches. You hear how intense I am? But you don't feel that I'm angry at you. I ain't angry at the cost of your identity. I'm trying to find that thing in your heart and call you to it and get you up out of your chair and live Christ. I get intense over top. I'm like a raging madman on the inside most of the time. But it ain't directed at you. It's not at the cost of anyone's identity or destiny. These emotions are designed to pull that thing up and out of you. Yeah? Yeah. When that preacher's saying, I was angry this week, how many of you were angry? He's talking about angry with people. He's talking about having an argument in the kitchen with the spouse. You can't make me argue with my spouse. You can't make it. It's not in me. Don't get judged by that. Don't judge yourself by that, and don't elbow your spouse. Because that's sure sign I'm talking to you. Don't compare yourself among you. I'm just telling you it's possible. You can call me a liar all you want and stay where you're at. That's your privilege. But time will tell. Time will tell if I'm lying. It will, though. Time will tell, buddy.